What's up, everybody? I figured I'd do a update. It's been, I think, a couple of weeks since I did one. My last video, I kind of went over, the new opportunity I got, getting a second truck. I think I found somebody. So we're, vetting him and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully he'll start in the next, probably 2 weeks or so. But yeah, an update. Everything's going good. Still learning, still getting better and better at booking loads and negotiating and stuff like that. Let's see, truck's running good. Let's see what else. Gourley trucking's good. No complaints. No. Nothing like that. See this. So today is the end of the pay week. This week, the truck brought home after their cut and after fuel. Truck brought home $2,900. I think it's $2,900. And that's only, I was home, I think, twice through the week and the weekend, so not bad at all. But it's like another thing, especially if for y'all, if you guys come drive one of my trucks, I can't promise you're gonna be home every weekend. It just depends on how the cookie crumbles. How it depends on how good you're doing that week, and it depends on if you're doing bad that week. The likely chance of you being able to be home and getting a decent paycheck is slim to none. So like I said, it depends on how you're doing that week, etc. It depends on where you're at, all that kind of stuff. Like this week or this week that we're starting. I pick up tomorrow. As I drop tomorrow morning, and then I go pick up tomorrow after that, and then I drop it also tomorrow night up in Atlanta, and then I'll be home Thursday. I gotta get some stuff done with that truck, do some trailer swapping and stuff Thursday. So I'll be home that night, and then Friday I have to go pick up a load, and then it delivers up in Wisconsin on Monday. So I'll get to be home, Saturday at least. I'll have to leave back out Sunday. So that's kind of that's the realistic thing on being an owner operator and being home, weekends, unless you I have a certain amount I have to make. It's my fault for having such high debt, personal debt. So that's on me. So if you don't have high personal debt, then that doesn't you have more leeway, I guess you would say, on how much you have to make, etc. So yeah, so that so if you just remember that if you guys come to drive for me, for us over here or with us, I can't guarantee you'll be home every weekend. And I'll say, as an owner operator, it's not guaranteed you're gonna be home every weekend. It's a lot of it's just how things are going, etc. I talked a little bit about what it takes to be an owner operator. You have to know how to hustle. You have to want to hustle. You can't just willy nilly. I'll find the load whenever I want to. You can do that, but you're not gonna make any money. I like to stay 2 to 3 loads ahead. If you get a little bit further out than that, you start running into I figured out you start running into problems. I try to stay at least 2 to 3 ahead. So yeah, so the hustle. I mean, it's a constant hustle. Calling brokers, haggling prices, etc. Finding good fuel. Keeping and it's especially you own your own company, so keeping up with your tax stuff. And this ain't to deter anybody from being an owner operator or whatever. I've told you guys from the very get-go, when I first started doing videos, I want to tell you how it is. I ain't going to sugarcoat it, and I also ain't going to deter you from it. But some people don't want to be an owner-operator for that reason. Because they don't want to deal with all the hassles. Because it's a bunch of hassles. It's a bunch of stress, etc. Especially when you start adding, as I'm finding out now, as you start adding on a second truck, you double your stress and stuff. It's a learning curve for sure. The things that you can do to help alleviate the stress and stuff, I'd say the biggest one is being organized. I find that extremely helpful. Being organized and being clean. You don't want your truck full of crap and junk and scattered everywhere, etc. So like something I'm what else can help you? A good headset. No, I'm kidding. But like I've told y'all, if you're new to the videos, I do have a certain headset that I love. As you can see, I have a bigger head. So those crappy truck stop headsets, they hurt my head, they suck, they squeeze my ears, etc. I found a headset off of Amazon. Love it. It's called EKSA. Love it. I think I've had it for about a year now. Fits my head perfect. You can it's the thing up top adjusts, bends to whatever size head you have. It has noise cancellation. I don't know how many times people call me and say, "What are you doing?" So I'm driving, of course. Oh, it doesn't sound like it. I can't hear anything. So because this headset's awesome. You can hook multiple devices up to it. The best thing though is, it's got that big ear, so it goes over the whole ear. It doesn't sit on top of your ear. And it's only I think it's like $70 or something like that, $75, something like that. So, really, I won't say cheap, but compared to headsets, it's pretty cheap. I made the mistake of getting one of those $500 headsets from Loves or Pilot or whatever, and that was a big mistake. Hated it. Ended up giving it to my sister when she started driving. But I'll put the link in the description for that. If you have any more questions about it, feel free to ask. But anyways, so back to the organization. So I'll show you kind of what I do to be organized. Let's see. Okay, so this is my up front, of course. So I got the tablet mounted. Awesome mount. I think I found it. I don't think it was on Amazon. I'd have to retrace my steps of where it was. So I got the tablet mounted, and what I do with this, it's mainly because I keep my spreadsheets and stuff up. So I have my spreadsheets, and I put the how much the load is, this is how much fuel costs, and then how much company bills I have, etc. And then I have it where it calculates everything up for me, etc. So then I got my permit book, load BOLs, and then the clipboard I made myself some, or actually Rick, y'all remember my old partner Rick made some spreadsheets for us, weekly trip sheets that I fill out and stuff. Phone holder, of course, GPS, camera over here at Gorley, outside facing camera, and then ELD for organization. So this is the biggest thing I love. One, I got this holder at Love's. It velcros, the bottom velcros to the seat, so it, if you slam on the brakes or anything like that, it stays put. It has a lid if you want to, if you have small enough stuff to put in there. So this, I put all my old BOLs and stuff in there. There's 12 slots plus a front that I put my maintenance stuff in. So any kind of maintenance I get done on the truck, it goes in here to be logged. There's, like I said, there's 12 slots. So, there's 12 months. And I start from the front, January to December, and I put a BOL in its slot, and every new BOL in that month goes in front of the existing one. That way I know when I open it up, the most recent is in the very front, and I work your way back to the back of the slot for the beginning of the month. Okay, and so there's 12 of them. So if somebody a broker come to me and say, hey, we can't find this BOL that we paid you for, et cetera, we're going to have to take money back from you. That's not the case, because I have 12 months worth of BOLs. So as the new month rolls around, I take the old ones out and start putting the new ones in. And then this is it's just piece of papers and stuff, things I need to write down. Another thing for writing down. Really, so that right there is awesome. Keeps things off the dash. I can't stand all that crap on the dash. And these things right here, I don't know if you guys have ever seen them, but they're at the truck stops. But they're those little rubber things. Put your phone up there, put anything up there, and it won't slide all around. Love those things. I also, before I got here at Gorley, I put Velcro on the dash, and I usually put Velcro on the back of the permit book. That way, it's another thing. I hate things going back and forth across the dash when I drive. So I did that, and it worked really well. Another thing I would suggest, you don't have to. You can use Hotspot off your phone, but Hotspot, which I have it Velcroed on here. But yeah, I get Hotspot for the tablet, B for the GPS, and then of course for the TV. That really helps. Let's see, anything else? I think that's about it. Rest of the stuff, like I said, the rest of it is just it's clothes and stuff underneath the bunk. And it's just, again, being organized, clean, etc. And I say another thing, as an owner operator that helps out, is being proactive on your maintenance. Don't wait till the last minute to get something fixed, because it's going to bite you in the butt in the long run. And it's expensive being an owner operator. I just spent $700 on a PM, and that was the middle grade. It would have been like $850 if I would have went with full synthetic. But just starting out here and stuff, I didn't want to go ahead and spend my entire maintenance account on that. So yeah, I went that route, saved a couple $100, left it in there. What else? Another thing, if you're, and this is for the owner operators now, and the future owner operators, don't take cheap freight. I might be blocking the phone. Sorry, or microphone. Don't take cheap freight. You screw yourself over, you screw the rest of us over. I try to stay $2 and above. I really try to stay around that $2.20 mark. Don't be afraid to say okay. Don't be afraid to say no to a broker. If you try your darndest to get that rate up there, but if they're not willing to, then so be it. Enough people say no, they'll raise the price back up. So I would say, as an owner operator, you definitely have to learn, and that goes back into negotiating. Sometimes they're not going to negotiate with you. They're stuck at that point, and that's if they bid it that low, that's their own stupid fault. If it's the shipper or whoever's doing the freight, whoever's wanting it moved, if they're that low, they're going to have to bring the price up if they want it moved. So yeah, so I'd say that's another thing, and that goes back into negotiating. You know, the more of a people person you are, it helps out a lot. The more you can, you know, you can't be an asshole to brokers. So the better you can reason and polite and, you know, just a people person, the better off you are. I started working with a broker 2 weeks ago, and kind of the, you know, same thing. You know, I guess he liked me. I did a couple loads for him 1 week, and then I think I did like 5 loads for him 1 week when I first got on, and ever since then, you know, he calls me, hey, you know, are you in this area, or you're in this area, you want this load? And a lot of times I say yeah, because he knows what I want, he knows what I'm looking for, etc. He knows how I operate. The next biggest thing is, you know, as an owner operator, you don't have anybody to tell you where to go, when to be there, you know, all that. So if you're not on time consistently, then you're not going to get loads, because they keep up with this crap. Brokers keep, you know, if company drivers, you know, they always said, you know, these companies / dispatchers kept up with, you know, people that couldn't deliver on, or drivers don't deliver on time, or they're mean, you know, all these things. Same thing. Brokers keep up with this stuff. You have a grade. The company has a grade. So, you know, learning to be on time all the time is a must. Because so you have to pre-plan ahead, you know, a day ahead, to make sure that you're going to be at, you know, 1, you have enough time, 2, that you schedule it correctly. You know, sometimes the brokers will ask you, hey, you know, is there, you know, what time do you think you can be there? So you need to know ahead of time, and that goes back into the stressful part of, you know, doing all this yourself. Do I love it? Yes, I love it. I love the struggle. I love the hustle, the responsibility. You know, personally, I like it. But it's not for everybody. Can you learn it? Of course. You know, like before I started this adventure, you know, 3 years ago, I had no idea how to start a company. I had no idea how to run a company. I had no idea how to be an owner operator, etc. And, you know, I taught myself everything. I watched a couple videos, you know, got an understanding, and, you know, the rest of it, you know, I learned myself. And that's because I wanted to. You know, you can't be lazy and be an owner operator. You will end up losing everything. And you might still lose everything, even though you're not lazy. It just depends. It depends on your situation. So I said in my last videos, the less debt you have when you become one, or try to become one, or start your journey, the better off you are. The easier and the less stressful it is. Do you have to have, you know, do you have to be low debt? No, you don't. I wasn't low debt, but you know, like I said, you know, I have to make a certain amount of money, or a certain amount per day. You know, I try to stay around the $1,000 mark a day. But I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to hit me up. If you're interested in wanting to drive one of the trucks eventually, I'll hopefully, you know, every, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, I'd like to, you know, add a truck. I probably want to start, you know, around the 5 mark, 5 trucks. That's kind of, you know, where I want to be at. I don't, you know, maybe more than that. I might look at, way down the line, maybe more than that. I might look at doing my own authority or something. But, you know, that's a long way away. But yeah, if you're interested in that, hit me up at the USTCrecruiting@gmail.com. I'll put that in the link also. along with the headset thing. If you have any questions, you can hit me up on there also. That's not just for recruiting. That's how you get to me. That's how you contact me, or comment on here, whichever one, don't matter. That's about it. So till now, I'll do an update once I get him up and running on the truck and stuff. I'll do another update on that. But again, till next time, catch y'all later.